Good evening, my dear followers, and welcome back to Beyond the Deal, a space for debate and reflection that I'm thrilled to bring to your screens every Friday. Today's episode is going to be controversial, and especially for all other real estate agents that are gonna be watching this episode, because I'm going to tell a lot of truth. So stay until the end, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. It's free and can make a huge difference. In the last episode, we talked about the pros and cons of being an entrepreneur, the three essential elements I think everyone should keep in mind before starting a business to create clear expectations. And we also talk about the importance of being ready to face anything that doesn't go as planned. And near to the end, we had an inspirational chat about the positive impact entrepreneurship can have on anyone else's life. Stay with me because, as I mentioned a minute ago, today's episode will be controversial and interesting, especially if you or someone you know is thinking about renting, buying, or selling a property with a real estate agent. You will find out why in just a couple of minutes. Let's get started. And we're back. So, as you know, after graduating in Mexico, I decided to come to Florida. Even though I had another great opportunities in luxury tourism industry and retail industry, I decided to follow my dreams in real estate. Now, I'm going to take you over my journey in real estate, and I'll combine that with the three essential points that we talked about in the last episode. And just recapping, those points were having reserves to absorb losses, defining your target market, and understanding clients' need and offering a product that meets them. Well, now we'll see just how well or how poorly I considered those things before diving into this industry. I would like to start first, obviously, with the number one: having necessary reserves to handle possible losses. In my case, and to be honest, I didn't even do the math carefully, and I just decided to take the risk and put my goals and aspirations ahead of logic. Did it work? Yes, it did, so far. But I do not recommend that, and especially in a super expensive society, in having a super expensive life as we all have here in the United States. That's not recommendable at all. You want to make sure that you and your family are protected and you're covered in case you can have a profit within the first month of starting a business. The second point was target market. While we assist many buyers and offer diverse services, we specialize in helping for sale by owners clients. We specialize on helping them selling their properties effectively. We know there are thousands who get frustrated in the process and end up lowering their prices much more than they would have paid an agent to sell at the original list price. Real estate agent work, like any other profession, with low entry barriers, and by that I mean how easy or difficult it is to get licensed. It's a job where earning the license isn't the biggest accomplishment. Succeeding in the field is. That's why many say being a real estate agent is easy, staying in a profession for a long time is hard. I partially agree with that. Now, I want to clarify something as well about this saying that getting a license is easy. But being a real estate agent who can deliver exceptional service to clients, that's something only a small percentage of agents achieve. And here's a curious fact. The number of agents capable of doing that doesn't always match up with the years of experience they have. In many cases, experience can make deals feel more transactional, pushing the human element into the background. And this is an important note. I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying this happens in many cases. And I'm sure that you know what I mean by saying this. The typical agent who sees their clients as walking dollar signs, right? Pretty unpleasant. And I'm not just in real estate, but in any other industry you may be, right? As you know, the real estate agent market, and I mean the market of agents, not the real estate itself, it's oversaturated. There are far more agents than there are property owners or buyers needing their services. And that's a fact that needs to be recognized. That's market conditions. Which leads us to this third point we discussed last time. Understanding the market conditions, client needs, and delivering a service that creates value. And that leads us to ask, how can I create value for my clients in the real estate? For my team and me, the most important way we deliver irreplaceable value is through our perseverance, dedication to sell property, human connection, personalized services, skillful negotiations, and flexible commission arrangements with our clients. The fact that there is an oversupply of real estate agents makes the price for this service even more competitive. So we must be more creative, or better yet, more active in helping buy or sell a property. The fact that there is an oversupply of real estate agents makes the price for services even more competitive for buyers and sellers. So we must get more creative, or I'd say much more proactive in helping buy or sell a home. To me, there should never have been, even before the new NAR regulations came into effect on August 17th, a standard word when talking about commissions. Honestly, commissions depend on factors like how the sellers feel about our service and whether they believe, based on what we have presented, that we deserve 1, 2, 3%. That's why it's also important to ask sellers directly, after hearing our presentation, what do you feel is a fair compensation percentage? If the number doesn't meet our expectations, it may mean that the client hasn't fully seen the value we offer. So we need to work on that. Or it could be that for personal or professional reasons, they just can't pay more than what we have expected. That's why it's crucial to understand our clients' realities and be empathic to whatever they may be going through. In every market for goods and services, balance is achieved when supply and demand meet at a point where the price level works for both sides. This is one of the most important concepts in economics. And this is why it's so important to adjust our services as much as possible when our clients' circumstances and the product we're selling call for it. Now, why it's important to consider market and product conditions when negotiating compensation? Simple. If we're selling a property in Hialeah, for example, and we know that sellers have priced it $50,000 below the average market value, and we know that Hialeah is a hot area for sales, then it's pretty obvious that this property will sell quickly with the right effort, right? So if the situation calls for it, the commissions should be directly proportional to the effort needed for that sale. That's how we should think if we want to meet needs in an oversaturated market and help multiple families solve their problems with exceptional service at a fair price. Does that sound like capitalism to you? Hopefully it does. I'm proud to share a recent success story that ties into what we have just discussed. We recently helped a family trying to sell their property in Tamarack, Broward County. They wanted to sell it for $30,000 above the average area price in a market shifting toward buyers and in a community with low sales activity. Our commission button rates were non-negotiable because we knew this would be a tough sell. After long negotiations, we agreed on a fair price and terms for both sides, and we entered into a contract. To earn and keep our clients' trust and fulfill the promise we made when selling the property, we held open houses every weekend. We paid for ads on Instagram, Facebook to promote them. And we did door knocking, circle prospecting, called neighbors. We moved heaven and earth, but we did it. Not only did the sale of the house, but we sold it for $10,000 above the average market value of similar properties in the area based on recent sales. With this, we not only earned our clients' gratitude, but also their satisfaction knowing that any commission paid was worth it and reflected in our hard work and the numerical results of the transaction. In professions like ours, before thinking about how to provide value, you have to value yourself first and understand that nobody else will do it for you. That's the only way to convey to your clients with complete confidence that they are in excellent hands. In my time in real estate, I've had to compete with thousands of agents targeting the same clients I am. It has not been easy. It's challenging. There have been days when I ask myself if I'm really making a difference, if it's really worth it, and especially when someone says, I don't need an agent, anyone can sell a house. Oh my goodness, and that's when you go back to your why. Why am I doing this? If what you do, whatever your job or business is, comes from what you love, or if it's an expression of your true passion, believe me, your clients will see that passion in your work, and you will build a loyal community who values who you are and what you offer. You'll be one step closer to being irreplaceable to them. Remember how we talked about in the last episode about providing an irreplaceable product and service? Well, you'll achieve that when your actions are aligned with your why. I have a question for you. Have you ever heard, I'm my own boss, I control my life and my time? That expression has become popular in the media lately. However, it means you are competing against the toughest competitor out there, yourself. And sometimes, since you are only competing with yourself, it's hard to tell who's winning. It can lead to getting stuck in a place without growth or comfort. That's why the entrepreneurial journey is an endless pursuit of self-improvement. A journey where failures are sometimes necessary. But keep this in mind, your failures can have more of an impact than those made for someone else's business. Because they aren't just your failures. They are failures in what you, as business owner, promised to deliver to your clients. That's why it's a path full of pressure, but it's a path that reveals what you were made of, what you're willing to fight for. Just think about it, about your why, and it will be absolutely enough for you to shine and bless others with your light. Unfortunately, we're out of time for now. Next time, the next episode will bring surprises and personal stories of someone who sees life for what it is, a true gift from God. Until then, and as I always say, I hope that whatever happens to you between now and the next time we meet is absolutely amazing. Be happy out there.